mother was an OG. Let's be real. She was one of the realest people I knew. She never sugarcoated anything. My family, we're very sarcastic. We're very straight from the hip, straight to the point. We don't sugarcoat nothing with each other. And I feel like that's the best way to make people stronger, is to have that person to tell you the things you don't want to hear, but the things you need to hear to be able to become a better version of yourself. She was born in Alabama with my granny and Mama Fanny, my great-great-grandmother. And quite honestly, I don't have a lot of background as far as our family in Bama, but we wound up making our way up to Ohio and we planted roots. She was multifaceted in her talents. I got my musical talent from her, to be honest. She was my rock. She was my pillar. She had went through so much adversity in our own family. Of course, everybody has their dark closets. Everybody has their skeletons. Everybody has their secrets in their families. And just hearing her stories coming to light and knowing who she was as a person. She was very big on integrity and holding your own and being accountable for your own actions, and realizing that you can't depend on everybody and you're not putting your best self forward in everything that you do. She couldn't stand it. Our last moments together, I remember she used to fuss at me so much about, you got to be on top of your business. I'm not always going to be here. I'm not always going to be here to help you. You've got so much potential. You've got so much going on for you. And you're not living up to what I know you can be. And everybody else could see it. Everybody else could see it. But I was just like, I'm just being who I am. I'm doing what I love. I'm just being me. I don't see it as anything special. But it really was. And I got my gifts from her. Her voice, when she let loose, even though she never got her big break, she was in a girl group at the time when she first got her musical gifts, and she taught me how to harmonize 3-part harmonies in particular as I was training when I was younger with her, and she taught me everything I knew. It was a special song. I think this was their song, or they were recovering this song, but it was called "What's Your Name?" What's your name? Is it Michael Horan? What's your name? Do I really turn you on? It's so hard to find a personality with charms like yours. You see, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. I could go on and on, but we were actually rehearsing for the Wiz at the time, and we were living in, I think it was Clinton Township at the time. Yes, we moved to the burbs. We weren't just in Detroit, but we had moved over to Clinton Township at the time, getting ready for the Wiz performances and a few performances I had coming up in Alabama. And she started to train me on 3-part harmonies, training my ear training, which is one of the things that I do as well with my own students that I teach. And just learning how to really train your ear based on repetition of 3-part harmonies, 4-part harmonies, and just being able to pick them out just off of ear training. And we went over it 10,000 times, but it always stuck with me and I never forgot it. From stage presence to working a stage to control of my mic to all of this, we learned together over the years. And she wasn't always right in her methods or her temperament and her patience with me because I was still young. But I wouldn't have had it any other way because I'm so strong and such a perfectionist when it comes to my musical capabilities because of her. So for that alone, mommy, I thank you. Writing. My mother loved to dance. She could dance her tail off. I recall we had came back from my birthday trip to the Bahamas. We went on a cruise and we went to Universal Studios the first time I came to Orlando with my mother and her and mom and myself. And my Uncle Willie, he was having a little barbecue. And we fresh off the boat, sun-kissed, smelling like coconuts and everything. And I remember we were outside because we were having the barbecue outside and some of the food items were inside. And here she comes, twirling her little thing down the Soul Train line. When I tell you, my jaw fell to the floor because she never did that around me. I'm like, you can dance? I was today years old when I found out you could dance your tail off, Ma. Jeez. That's one of my most fondest memories, knowing that woman could get down with the get down on the dance floor, child. My mama was bad. Again, one of my most fondest memories of her, were we still in Clinton Township? I think we were in Farmington by this time. And we were training. No, I think we were in Clinton Township. We were training, just rehearsing in general. One of the habits she got me into was learning new songs and building my repertoire, so that way whenever I have somebody that's like sing on the spot, I always have something prepared. She always used to say, success is where preparation and opportunity meets. How you practice is how you perform. So we made sure, regardless, day-to-day, vocal warm-ups, voice training, ear training, stage presence, going over every song that I had in my repertoire and going from there. We were learning Unbreakable and I Remember by Keisha Cole, and we would play it on her bedroom studio. And it was great. Just teaching me how to... This is so embarrassing. I was a little stiff when I was little. She was like, loosen up, Pop. Pop, just teaching me how to shift my weight from one hip to the side. Pop your booty around, pop. I never forget this. Just our rehearsals, our jam sessions. She's the reason why my music capabilities and my internal library, which is why I call myself the living jukebox, and my music memories because of her. We stayed blasting Mint Condition and Parliament Funkadelic and George Clinton and Earth, Wind and Fire, and it's too many of them to mention, but just having such a musically inclined household and having that support was just so amazing. And I miss it. I miss it. If I have to miss anything else, it's just being able to... Just being able to have those jam sessions with her. And having somebody to give me that tough love and that input, even though I'm already hard on myself, because I know the expectations that she had of me. It was hard. And it's still hard, and it's a fight every day because I miss her so much. Before I had left for my birthday, because she passed August 17th of 2018, 2 days before my 20th birthday. At the time, she had gotten really sick out of nowhere. And she was throwing up, and this is probably too graphic for some people. If you're not feeling it, click off. But if you're here, thank you for rolling with me. It was coming out both ends, and she was just getting really sick. I remember her calling out for my great-grandmother in her sleep and calling out for me. And she got super sick out of nowhere. And I had planned this trip for my birthday to go to Atlanta to spend time with some close friends and my boyfriend at the time. And I was like, Mom, now this isn't the first time that this has happened to her, because she has 6 herniated discs and a stent in her heart, and she hated hospitals. Oh, she hated hospitals. She did not want to go on a hospital. If she could deal with it at home, she would. But if she had no other choice, then she would go. But she would be so scared to be in there by herself. She hated hospitals. I hate hospitals. But it's like, Mom, do you want me to stay here with you? Do you want me to go? I can cancel the trip, we can reschedule. She was like, no. Go have fun. I'll be okay. Lisa, love you, Lisa. Her home health aide was with her at the time. And I had talked to her as soon as I got to Atlanta. And we had a phone conversation. I asked, how are you feeling? She said, I'm just tired, Nene. I'm tired. I'm really tired. But I'm going to rest and I'm going to be okay. And her favorite spot was because we had a sectional in the house. She was lay and lounge on the left side where the chaise was, and I would lay on the primary sofa, and that was just her spot. She was laying on her favorite spot, drinking some ginger ale. Lisa was with her. She was good. We were on our way out the door. I was dressed. I was sending her pictures of me while I'm there, and I'm like, why is she not responding? Next thing I know, I get a phone call from my uncle. And he's like, Nene, you need to sit down. I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? And he told me. I blacked out. I just collapsed on the floor and I wailed so hard. And I felt so bad leaving my people and my boyfriend at the time, because I'm like, I gotta go home. I gotta see my mama. I can't be here. I have to go home. And I hopped on the next plane smoking. Okay, this gotta be a joke. Can somebody hop out with the cameras, please? Please tell me this is a joke. She gonna pop out and be like, I'm okay. This is a sick joke, but I'm here. And it's been 3 years. This year, by my birthday, it'll be 3 years since she's gone. And I know she's proud of me. She made me promise her 2 things before she passed. One was to complete my schooling and get my bachelor's degree, which I did that. And then never stop pursuing my gifts and music. We went through a lot together, from losing our house to renting out 1-bedrooms in California. And I know social media makes things look so great, and I'm getting gowns sponsored by my designer O'Shea Fashions at the time, and I'm performing here and traveling here, but we were on food stamps and struggling. And it was some days where we were just trapped in renting out a 1-bedroom, sleeping in the same bed together. She's pushing me through school, and all we got to eat is beans and rice and succotash. And I didn't even know what succotash was at the time. But we went through it, from jumping our car consistently to learning how to refill all of the fluids and things that need to go in the car, to helping her bathe some days because she can't walk, or keeping track of her medications and massaging the cramps out of her legs when she can't walk. Just the little things, and just us being able to bond, and her always being right whenever she gave me advice, and she foresaw things before I did, because she's lived it all and she's seen it all. It always came to pass. I hated that she was right all the time, but she was right, and I miss those moments so much. But this is not a sad video. This is a celebration of the woman who made me who I am today, and I'm beyond grateful. Mommy, I love you, and I know you see me growing. And I know you see every single thing that I'm keeping my promise as hard as I can. Just touch everyone that has impacted us and who you left an impression on, and our family. But it's hard, y'all. Please, if you know somebody who's going through this right now, just help them understand that it's hard right now, but it gets easier. But that pain don't go away. Mommy, I love you. You were my best friend, the love of my life. It's gonna be hard to find somebody to love me as much as you love me, because you gave so much for me. But I promised you that I wasn't gonna stop. And this new era of music is gonna be so cold. It's life's gonna be everything that you dreamed of and then some. I love you.